Today I'm diving into the books that I plan on reading this fall season. I'm so excited for scary books, thrillers, mysteries, maybe a sprinkle of fantasy. And I've recently been looking back at my TBRs, and when I watch them I think, just shut up already, because I say too many things. So this time I feel like I've curated down even more to just the books I really think I'm going to commit to. And I have other books in my head, ideas of things I might want to read. But these are the ones that I'm definitely going to pick up in the next couple of months. So first off, I've been a little bit in my Stephen King era this year. Well, I've read 3 Stephen King books. I have a vlog coming up soon reading 2 of those, so look out for that one. But the next one I think I want to pick up is going to be The Shining. This is, of course, one of his most beloved horror novels about a man who's staying in a hotel and is haunted. He is working as an author. This book is set like in winter time, but I think I might pick this one up soon when I'm going to be staying in a hotel. So that's what made me lean toward this one. If I were going to throw another book on my Stephen King TBR, it might be The Shawshank Redemption, which I know is a short, is it? Do I know this? I think it's a short story that's part of a collection. But at my job, I've been interviewing people, like new trainers to join my team. And one of the questions that I ask is, what's your favorite book or movie? And 2 or 3 times recently, people have said Shawshank Redemption. So it's so loved that I want to pick it up myself. So that's a tentative TBR. This is a for real TBR book. And then along the lines of haunted places, House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. This is one of the most intimidating books that I have on my TBR. I've been holding on to it for years. It's massive. It's written in a weird format. Sometimes the pages are blank. Sometimes the pages have thousands of words crammed on it, spiraled on it. I've been putting off reading this. I also have been putting off because I have like this reading vlog idea for it that I don't really know how to do, but if I do it, it's going to be cool. So hopefully that gets done. I'm planning to read this in October, and I'm really looking forward to see if this book is as scary and as good as people have hyped it up to be. I want to love it, and I want to enjoy like this really unique reading experience. So this is also going to get read. Next up, I have The Treasure Hunters Club by Tom Ryan. This is a mystery novel that is newer on my radar. So this one is a murder mystery set in a seaside town filled with pirate lore, family secrets, unforgivable grudges, secret societies, and of course a treasure lost to time. It's set in Maple Bay, Nova Scotia. If this has like National Treasure or the Da Vinci Code vibes but set in a seaside town, I'm gonna love it. I'm picking this one up because I will be co-hosting the Literally Dead book club, which is Books and Lala's book club that she runs, and she has a monthly live show. I'm so excited to be a part in that, and I'm gonna have to read this book to participate, so very much looking forward to this and to that live show. Next, I have a book that my sister has been yelling at me to read. She reads books, loves them, and then tells me to read them. Like, she specifically knows which ones I'm gonna enjoy. She's always correct. But sometimes I just don't pick them up, and she gets upset about it because she has a list of books where she's like, you're gonna love these, why don't you read them? So I'm willing to pick one up this season, and that is Annihilation by VanderMeer. This is a weird sci-fi book that people don't want you to know too much going into, but there's Area X, and this group of scientists are sent in on an expedition to, I don't know, see what happened to the last people who didn't come back from the last expedition. And I know there's like weird plants and creepy sci-fi stuff, something like that. She says I'm gonna love it. I believe her, so I'm gonna pick this one up. And then I have a book that my sister and I are gonna read together, which is Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. Last year we picked up the reappearance of Rachel Price and read it together and used the Fable feature where you can like comment on each chapter. And it was so much fun because in that book, which is a thriller, almost every chapter has something to talk about, and it's like fun and plot twists and reveals. So I feel like this is going to be the same. This is Holly Jackson's first adult novel. I thought that the reappearance of Rachel Price was adult, and I was wrong. So I'm excited to actually read her adult novel. This book follows a woman who comes from a very wealthy family, and one night she is attacked on Halloween, and some sort of brain injury happens that the doctors say are going to cause a brain aneurysm and she's going to die in a week or two. So now she's trying to figure out who attacked her and why before she dies, to kind of find out like who murdered her, I guess. I'm not really sure. And I don't want to know too much. So I'm sure it's going to be like full of twists and turns and a good time. And it'll be that much more fun because I'm going to be reading it with my sister. And then I have two books I don't have physically right this second. A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandanna. I definitely have that book here somewhere. I pre-ordered it in 2023 and it just came out July 2025. So I've been waiting for that book for a very long time. It's in here somewhere, but I plan on picking this up because it's a cozy fantasy with a witch who has lost her powers. And she lost her powers because she resurrected her aunt from the dead. And now she's trying to regain her power and also help her aunt run a magical inn. So I'm really excited to pick that one up once I find it. And then I also have a book out from the library called The Bane Witch by Ava Morgyn. I don't know much besides it's pitched as practical magic meets Gone Girl, which I've just never heard. I think a cozy fantasy compared to a thriller. So that's just intriguing to me. It's about a woman who's a witch and she deals in poisons. That also has a cafe and a love interest. And I don't know too much about it, but enough to be intrigued and excited to pick it up. Next, I want to pick up T. Kingfisher because she writes excellent horror, atmospheric books, and I think I'm gonna go with A House with Good Bones. I actually started this a little bit one time. I don't know what happened after that, but I was really enjoying it. This one follows a woman who studies bugs, and the project that she's working on gets postponed, so she goes to stay with her mom for a bit because her sibling tells her that their mom has been acting strange. So she goes there, and the house has been like reverting back to how it was when her grandmother owned it, and her mom is acting very strange. So kind of a bit of a haunted house situation, bugs, birds. T. Kingfisher always has characters who are like really into their jobs, which I love. And I feel like this one's gonna be perfect for the spooky season. And then I have one that's a bit of a gamble. No pun intended. The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. This is The Lottery and some other short stories. This is it was first published in 1948. So I've never read a Shirley Jackson before, but she's the author of The Haunting of Hill House. She's one of the original women of horror, and I'm excited to read something from her. This says, one of the darkest, most nightmarish stories of the 20th century, Shirley Jackson's The Lottery created a sensation when it was first published in 1948. This is the 75th anniversary edition. And all I know is that there's some lottery in the town, and what the lottery's for and what it's about is a surprise. So I'm excited to read it. I'm hoping it's actually scary. I've been wanting to read horror books recently, but I haven't been like actually scared yet. So I'm hoping that Shirley Jackson can do the trick. And then I've intentionally not been reading too many thrillers this year because I had a very mediocre year when I was reading so many thrillers. But one that people say is so good is All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. And I wanted to pick this up last year. I didn't end up getting to it, but it's calling to me now. It's a very thick book, but it's like a literary thriller mystery masterpiece, I think. It's set in 1975, and there is a serial killer on the loose, and our main character, when he's a kid, like rescues a girl from the serial killer, I think. And I hear this book is emotional and has good like reveals. And look at the cover. It just looks like such a dark October, November night, spooky. And I really want to pick it up. It sounds so good. And then I have a couple of carryovers from my summer TBR. I got to most of my summer TBR, but there's a couple of things rolling over. So one is Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. This is a classic by a Nigerian author. I had started a physical TBR jar like project, but I haven't actually made any reading vlogs for it yet. And I pulled this one from my jar in my summer TBR video. So I need to read this, and I need to start doing like physical TBR jar pulls to read random stuff off of my bookshelves. With the move and stuff, I don't know, pushed it aside, and I actually was getting excited for different books that I wanted to read, so I postponed that a bit, but I do plan on doing that this year, and this is where it'll all begin, is with this first pick. And then the other rollover from summer is The Will of the Many by James Islington. This is a fantasy book for people who don't even read fantasy. Everyone loves it. It's about a man who goes to a school, but he's actually there undercover to like figure out some sort of mystery. I'm not sure, but I've heard nothing but great things about it. The sequel to it is coming out in November, and I want to read this before then. I have not read much fantasy this year. I've read a couple of old classic fantasy and it's not going well, and I'm actually stuck in a book right now. But anyways, once I get through that old fantasy period or just cancel it, I want to read some like recent fantasy that people are loving, see if that works for me. I think it will. I have a couple other books in mind too that I want to pick up that I just know are so popular, so beloved. And this is one of them. So this, I think, will be more the fantasy that I'm looking for. All right, so this is what I have so far for my fall TBR. Let me know which ones you've read and enjoyed and what you have on your fall TBR. I'm really excited to dig into most of these. I'm really looking forward to them. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.